I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man.
Oh, we put Carlo to sleep already. Oh, no, he's digging into the numbers. There he is. There he is. Welcome to NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction with 14-year NHL vet Carlo Colaiacovo. Happy Wednesday. Happy day to the stackers over there. Happy day to Shohei Ohtani, who gets home runs, and they weren't really home runs.
Yeah,
they just gave it to him. That was weak sauce.
Hey, you know what? I do credit baseball for giving it to him because, like, they understand where they are, who they're there to see, and it's like, you know what? It's this close. Let's just give it to them. Get the fans home happy. But it ruined us on the total.
8.5. Finished 6-3. Massive closing 9 value on that 8.5 under. Joe Osborne winning the MLB season 2 for 2. I started 2 for 2 yesterday. Lost them both today. Did hit Miguel Rojas. No hits. I believe it was a Neil Parker bet. That was plus 145. Didn't share. Sorry. Brian Weisner says Shen got robbed. He absolutely got robbed for a massive night last night with that St. Louis stack. Missed it. But 2-game slate today. Now everybody's going there in the chat. Appreciate everybody jumping in here on the Wednesday as we, like I said, get to a 2-game staggered slate. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm shouting at you. Get those numbers up. I was on yous last week, and I'm going to be on yous again this week. Get it going. Phenomenal stat. Dell, I saw you on our meeting yesterday, and I'm like, he's going to like mine. He's going to like mine. It was inspired. It always is inspired by.
You got to give me the heads up when you do something like that, eh? It's like, hey, I'm coming on with a mustache today, so at least I'm not like, whoa, what's going on, man?
Now, I'm going to tell you something before we get to the picks. Like, I think this is funny. So I have a giant nose, and when I have a mustache and my giant eyebrows, I look like the fake glasses nose guy that people use for disguise. So when I put on that disguise, it's just myself again. If producer Mick can bring up fake glasses mustache.
Oh yeah, you definitely have that look. You could create your own jingles. Yeah, that guy right there. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. That could actually be you.
It is. It's, yeah. Oh, look, Josh is just Josh. Thanks.
The only thing different is that the nose has to be a little bit more crooked on the.
Yeah, this is straight. Look at that crooked. Look at that crooked thing. Just off to the side. Just off to the side. A few whacks on that thing while growing up.
Yeah.
Colorado, Toronto. Let's go. Toronto.
Nice transition. Yes.
Home underdog.
Yes.
Home underdog. Plus 105. Total sitting at 6. 7-4 last meeting 2 Saturdays ago. That's feeding maybe the buzz on this over. See minus 125 to the over at Sports Interaction. This is an easy one. Val Nichushkin, Jonathan Drouin, point each. Plus 210. 210. 210, bud.
Spicy.
That is a PP1 second line on the road. The best scoring offense in hockey over the last 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson was on PP1, but he's kind of been booty cheeks since they brought him along.
Booty cheeks.
Yeah, but it's Drouin and Nichushkin who've been stacking. And let's be honest, Val put up an absolute stuff box score the last time these guys faced each other. 3 goals and assists. He was a big difference maker in that game. Obviously, that was in Colorado. Toronto was on that road trip. What do you see in this game? Now, are they back? I don't think so. Like, there needs to be an assist to the video replay guy who turned that game 2-2.
100%.
Big flip switch. We haven't seen consistency from this team versus Colorado at home on a Wednesday night. Going to be a quiet barn. Do you see them putting good games together?
I mean, This is a typical Maple Leafs game where you sort of question them and they come out and they totally surprise you. And, the effort Monday night was more of what we'd like to see out of this team. But this team has also been very streaky where they'll lose a couple and then they'll win a couple. And so it kind of feels like this is a game that the Maple Leafs will win. I don't know. I kind of got that feeling that they're going to be up for this challenge, that they found a little bit of their groove on offense because Berube reignited that Domi line that had a lot of success before the trade deadline, and it seemed to spark the team. The power play was clicking 3 for 3 the other night. The penalty kill was 4 for 4. You don't want to take that many penalties against the Colorado team with that offense, but I just feel like this is a game. This could be like people labeled the last game as a get right game. This could be, what do you call it? A juice pumper type of game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say litmus test, which is
no, not litmus test.
Oh, I hate that word. The Colorado offense on the road has been booty cheeks per Nick Perez. I'm just assuming the N is Nick, and I like Nick Perez, the pitcher. But they did put up 4 versus Calgary. This is only, I think, their third, or this will be their 4th road game since the break. They've played a lot of games at home. That number, their 8-0-1 record over their last 9, is heavily influenced by an offense that's absolutely dominating at home. But at the end of the day, I don't love everything that Toronto's doing defensively. In net, they've been getting great goaltending, but I know you hate expected metrics. Mm-hmm. Where do you think the Leafs rank in the last 10 games in terms of expected goals allowed per 60, which is just kind of the chances, culmination of the chances they give up, high danger chances? Where do you rank them in the league?
So high danger chances they give up?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of the metric in terms of expected goals allowed.
I'm going to say top 10.
They are in the bottom 4.
Wow. Of goals allowed.
Expected goals allowed. They're
not giving up much.
No, but they've been kind of getting bailed out by Stolarz. There's an issue there with the net tending, but they're giving up a ton of chances. They're up there with Montreal, Columbus. Like, their numbers are bad. 29th all strength, 28th at 5-on-5, 25th in save percentage at all strength, and now facing the best scoring offense at over 4 goals per game per 60 last 10.
Yeah.
This one's going to go under 6.5 from Perez. He says that, do they tighten it up? Like, it was just, 10 days ago, 11 days ago that they saw each other 7-4 game.
11 days ago, yeah.
What can you change in hockey in terms of matchup and preparation and not giving up? I believe there's 2 empty net goals too, right? So, let's call it 5. In hockey, like, what can you actually do to fix these mistakes?
Well, look, obviously for the Leafs, having everybody healthy helps. I mean, Chris Tanev, and now you got Brandon Carlo who's getting a little bit more comfortable. You're healthy up front. Guys are, if you go off the last game, guys are starting to find their roles on this team. But this type of hockey at this time of year is some of the hardest hockey to play because you're either playing a team that is really desperate or you're playing a team that, is just showing up to play the game. And depending on what mode you're in, based on what mode you're playing against, that's why you see a lot of teams get surprised. That's why Calgary goes into New York last night, wins 2-1, but you look at the stat sheet, it was complete domination by Calgary, right? Calgary played with more desperation. Rangers just showed up and thought that they would get the win just because they're playing Calgary. So I think for the Leafs, considering how the way the game ended for them the last time they played, where, look, they had a 2-goal lead. They're up 4-2. I think that was the first time the Maple Leafs lost a game holding a lead going into the third period. That was actually the second time because it was earlier that week they lost to the San Jose Sharks. Up 2-0 going into the third.
Second game of a back-to-back. I think it was. San Jose was.
San Jose was the second game of a back-to-back. Yeah. So this game is really hard to handicap. I just think that with the way both teams are playing offensively right now, my guess is you're going to see a lot of goals.
All right. I like that. Let's get, I asked you, I said, what do you like? What's hot? Said that third line. It's tough to bet third lines. Domi's the only guy out there. I said, would you rather like him for a point or an assist? You say he's an assist guy. If you've looked at Domi's shooting logs, he's a 1.5 total shot on goal guy who's hit 3 shots on goal maybe once over his last 20 games. Very seldomly hits 2 shots. He had a goal and an assist in the last game. Had 1 shot on goal.
Yeah, he had a sick assist too to Robertson. You see that sauce from behind the net?
250 for an assist.
Yeah.
I know the minutes are low, but I think it's I don't know, if we're expecting
the minutes are low because last game they had the luxury of rolling 4 lines, right? And if you looked at the way the lines were played, it was pretty even. Like the low was 11 and the high was maybe 17 minutes. And the 17 minutes was the Marner, Matthew, and those guys played a lot of power play. So depending how this game goes, like we like to talk about game script. If you're talking about game script, maybe you are playing your third line more in this game.
I like that. I wouldn't mind that. 250. I like 250. And we talk about it always. Like, it's tough to beat NHL stuff playing minus 110, minus 115 night in and night out. You have to take swings. Like, you got to go get your.
Well, here's the other thing that could work in Domi's favor. He's been one of the best forwards for the Maple Leafs the last handful of games. And we've seen Berube juggle the lines, right, midway through the game. If they're trailing in this game, guess who's probably going to get a look with the top players? It's probably going to be Domi.
Yep, I like it. Probably at the expense of Pontus Holmberg on the wing, right? That's probably where he fits. But, all right, I'm in. Domi, assist, 250. Val Drouin, point, plus 210. Val Drouin, 2 points is plus 14. For you maniacs out there, just letting you know the prices, not telling you to bet it. Just saying that's what it is. Colorado was minus 150 at home a couple Saturdays ago, but Tanev not dressed in that game. Domi, Ekman, Larson stack.
Yeah, the stack from Mikey Glove save.
That is a stack from old Mikey Glove saves.
What did that? That's got to pay what? Plus 400?
That's a PP2 stack. We got to go take a look. But let's get to this Seattle game too. This Seattle game is so funny in terms of what Seattle is on the second of a back-to-back and what team Minnesota is. Let's be honest. Yeah. I'm not running out to bet Minnesota at minus 170. This team, they're minus 170. It's you're like, wow, this is just an awful price. But I mean, I told you off air before we got on here, Seattle is 0-10 straight up on the second of a back-to-back this year, being outscored 38-15.
Yikes.
In net, they have, statistically, the worst goalie in hockey in Philip Grubauer, who maybe he found something in the HL. He's come back. He's played 2 games. He's played very well, but he's definitely playing above his numbers.
Yeah.
But this stack is the stack of the week. This is the flavor of the week. This one's paying the bills. This one's keeping the lights on. Chandler Stevenson and Jordan Eberle. Who would have thought that would be the combo you want? Plus 400. It was plus 275 yesterday. Carlo, this is hit in 5 straight games.
No way.
Power play 1, and we're getting a gigantic price. Last 3 games, plus 275, plus 375, plus 300. And now we're getting a week high of plus 400 on a 2-guy stack on PP1.
So it's Stevenson and Eberle?
Yes. Now, for you guys who aren't stacking, Chandler Stevenson for a point, plus 130. Absolute. If you can't do that, hit that. It's hitting 6 straight games. He's playing big minutes. Power play 1 looks good. Seattle coming off that 6-2 win versus Chicago last night. Joey DeCord. So, like I said, Grubauer in, but he is statistically the worst goalie. Ranks number 55 of 55 goalies who have played 20-plus games in terms of goals saved above expected. But the Minnesota offense, something has to break because they've scored 3+ goals, not including empty nets, just once in their last 11 games. Is Grubauer the slump buster that they need?
Maybe.
Seattle, 10th game in March. This schedule for Seattle is ugly too. 10th game in March, 3rd and 4, 5th in 8.
Wow.
They've basically been playing every other game, and now they got to play their back-to-back before they get a couple days off during their Alberta road trip.
That's a tough one, man.
Duo, 2 goals, 12 assists over that stretch. Minnesota's running 3 lines, which is tricky to get. There's Boldy Rossi at plus 125, which is a no for me. Gaudreau and Johansson, but there's no Gaudreau market. So I'm going Ryan Hartman for a point at plus 110. He's power play 1. That's the big move there. He's centering the 3rd line, but this is a team running 3 lines that just ain't great. Chandler's passed first 9 to 10 times. So there you go with the assist. The Chandler assist, Eberle point. I don't think that's enough to get me from the 400 to 500, Hall, in the chat there. I think I'm just happy with point at the 400.
Agreed.
Now, I don't know if you followed a lot of Seattle or if you've really been following Minnesota in their stretch, because without Eriksson Ek, without Kaprizov, they might get Jonas Brodin back. But I mean, Brock Faber's playing like 28 minutes a game. That's that team's just holding on right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you believe in that 0-10 straight up record for Seattle and back-to-backs?
I mean, I know all things are due to come to an end, and they say all good things come to an end. That's not necessarily a good thing, but these streaks are meant to be broken. And I don't know how much
8 games in like, what did I say? Yeah. What was the number?
8 games in or 5 games in 8 days. Yeah.
And 10th in March. 10th in 19 days.
Yeah. I mean, they had a breakout last night scoring 6. Could that carry over to tonight? I mean, they're 2 different games.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. That's a weird one.
It is a weird one.
It's, to me, if I would play it, I wouldn't necessarily look at that record. I would just look at Minnesota minus 170, not laying that.
But I think that record and that stretch and this schedule is priced into that number.
That's fair.
Because I don't think you're getting to minus 170 any other way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I have literally no love for Minnesota in this spot other than their matchup versus Philip Grubauer, who is playing well, which is odd to say, but that dam's about to break. Does he have one more good one in him? Not sure. But plus 145 for Seattle. If you like trends, they've dropped 10 in a row, 10 all season in back-to-backs. We don't use first names. What did I say? Which first name did I drop? I don't think I dropped any first names. I don't know. Sometimes the pumpers just get going in the chat and they're having like 13 conversations.
Chandler? Is that the first name you used?
Chandler. Did I say Chandler? Oh, okay. It's Chandler Day. Chandler assist plus Eberle point. Oh, that's what he said. Yes, we will be calling him Chandler. I appreciate that. That is a great name. But just in 2 games. We got NBA basketball coming up because John is pushing us off our airtime on Wednesday, but it's great because it's a small slate on Wednesday. They're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with their NBA release picks with Adam. I only use government names. Thank you, Bobby Newport. But let's get something going here. Wednesday, start of the week. Baseball's here. Now it's not. We got to wait till next Thursday before that gets going. And there's the question. Should I take my kids out of school to go to home opening day despite the overpriced tickets?
For the Jays?
Yeah, next Thursday.
I mean, if you're going to do it, yeah, that's the game to do it. I wouldn't say to do it on like a regular middle of the season game as the home opener.
I know. They're saying yes in the chat, but like,
yes.
I don't know. Is it
that
like,
of the year?
Is it a $700 day? Is it an $800 day? Is it worth it? The games are so quick now. Like it's 2 hours now.
Isn't that better?
I like long, slow baseball games. I like getting my money's worth out there. They're playing Baltimore. That's where
do it.
I don't.
Do it. Win your stack bets tonight and put the winnings
Okay,
on
okay.
and do it for your kid.
Chandler's going to get us across. Valerie and Chandler are going to get us across the line.
Yeah.
Those are my guys.
Okay.
Those are my guys. Chandler, Pumpers. Appreciate it, James Ferguson. That's what we got. So we got to play on each side. So
think of the children.
Think of them. Think of my pockets. I don't want to pay.
Yeah, Yahtzee, 800 is just a couple stacks. You can do it.
Yeah. McKinnon, Matthews, anytime goal, SGP. I hate goal. I just think they're so random.
Yeah, I agree.
I do. And I'm not sold that Matthews is back. Let's be honest. One great game? Sure. Let's see a couple more. Yeah, love Val and Chandler. That is going to be the theme of today.
Val and Chandler.
If I can't get something going, I'll try to get something.
Sounds like a Friends episode.
Oh, just a couple of handsome men right there. Let's go. Pumpers. Appreciate it. Josh Ingles, Carlo Colaiacovo, NHL Puck Props, presented by Sports Interaction. Be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Ciao.